Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
What's your outlet?
Folks, welcome to a brand new episode of Degenerate Danger Zone, sponsored by Outlet Liquor. When you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? I'm Degenerate Ale. We got Steve. We got Meerkat in the building. Guys, I am not even making this up. For probably the first time in my life, I took a Saturday off from betting and have not won a single play since September 10th.
So I got to give a shout out to Stevie right now. I had an awful day betting. I hammered the UB over. It looked so free after that first quarter. I hammered a UB Indiana money line parlay. I don't know what I was thinking. Stevie, though, absolutely killed it. It got me back to even heading into Sunday today with his plays last night. So shout out to you. Best feeling heading into Sunday. If you're not up, you got to at least be even, because going into Sunday down, it's a nightmare.
It's the best, man. And yesterday, 8-1 on my college football locks. I had a couple buddies who tailed a few of my plays late, and I got them out of the hole. So now the clean slate, ready for Sunday. I can't wait for the NFL action. Been crushing college football so far this year. And NFL week 1, we had a great week 1. So Meerkat, let's have a great week 2. Let's keep it rolling.
Seriously, let's keep it rolling. Let's start here, guys. Let's get your thoughts on Bills minus 3.5 in Miami today. Over under 48. Meerkat, you got to think. I mean, if you're a Bills fan, you got to be hammering the 3.5.
You have to. And like last week, we took the cheese with Pittsburgh minus 6.5. It was a big number against a good defense, and we still we beat ourselves. Don't get me wrong, but even where you won, it didn't look like we were going to cover in that game. So this week back to Miami. I mean, boys, we just have fun playing Miami with Josh Allen at quarterback. I mean, 5-1 in his career against them with some major blowouts, including last year. Am I going to, overhype Miami's win against New England? Not at all. I think they got completely outplayed by New England that whole game. A lot of things went in their favor. Tua didn't. I like Tua. I hate to say that, but he didn't do anything to really impress me. They're dealing with some injuries. This is a statement game for the Bills. Is it must win? Is it can't lose? I'm going, it's can't lose.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Meerkat. Yep. The biggest thing I saw out of Miami week 1 is their offense didn't look different from last year. And that's the biggest thing. Miami just doesn't have a vertical attack. Yeah, Jalen Waddle looked good. They used him a little bit. But there's one thing we're forgetting, too. The mayor of Miami, the guy who owns Miami, his name is Josh Allen. I love Josh Allen today. I have him in my DFS lineups. I love his props. Josh Allen is going to dominate the Dolphins like he's done his entire career. And I think 3.5 is just trying to get Vegas to trick you, saying, hey, it's more than a field goal. Bills look bad week 1. Dolphins, they went over a rival. Good defense, improving team. I love the Bills to blow out Miami today. And you know what? You can call the bias pick all you want. I really think this is a huge bounce back week for the Bills. They got humbled week 1. The Bills aren't used to everyone telling them how great they are. Week 1, they got humbled by a good Steelers team that everyone was kind of undervaluing this year. Now you go into Miami. I think the Bills make a statement and say, hey, we're still the best team in the AFC East.
Awesome. Now, do you guys like any props in this one? I'm on a couple first touchdown scores. I got Dawson Knox at 17-1 and Gabe Davis at 22-1.
So hit Gabe Davis last week. Me and Stevie both hit that one. That was awesome. I loved it. I always take Davis in those. This week I have 3. I'm running with Singletary, Knox, and little surprise, Reggie Gilliam. Wow. He had his only touchdown last year against the Dolphins. Not a lot of usage in week 1. I think they're going to ramp that up. Shout out to Robin. She knows what she's talking about when it comes to Reggie Gilliam, and she's got him primed for a big week. I think they could use him today finally, because he made this roster where there were some important cuts and players sent to the practice squad. Yeah. He made this roster for a reason, and they didn't use him as a blocker last week, so at least utilize his athleticism.
Well, what are the odds on that, America? That's got to be really good odds.
It's plus 9,000.
Yeah, I was going to say why not? Why not take a shot in the dark at that?
Yep.
And so let's take a look now at the 1 o'clock slate, guys. Anything else jumping out? You got another AFC East matchup. You got Patriots, Jets. Patriots are laying 6 on the road. You got Raiders, Steelers. Steelers only laying 6 at home. And then I think the matchup that, me and Meerkat are definitely looking at, 49ers going to the East Coast at Philly. Philly's a home dog getting 3.
I I love Philly as a home dog too. I think I'm right there with you guys. The biggest thing is the Eagles are one of those, I think, few home teams that have a legitimate home field advantage. And I think you have that with the Eagles. They showed me a lot week one, not necessarily on the offensive side because we knew the Falcons defense was bad, but their defense was all over the Falcons. They got to them with the pass rush. And I think they do that to Jimmy G. They can slow down this 49ers rushing attack, which they blew out the Lions. Yes, I know it was a one-score game. The 49ers had that controlled. The Lions just got a couple garbage time scores to make it look close. So the 49ers played very well week one. But Meerkat and I have been talking all offseason about him. Jalen Hurts showed me a lot week one. He was fantastic. Not necessarily just putting up fantasy stats, but throws on the run, making better passes, better decisions overall. I think everyone's going to be hammering the Niners because right now it's -2.5. It's less than a field goal. I just like the home dogs today. Give me the Eagles outright.
Yeah, I have Eagles outright. I got them +3. Me and Stevie, he covered everything. Love what the Eagles are doing this year. I'm not a huge believer in Nick Sirianni as their head coach, and Al knows that comes into big play with me as the head coaching when I bet on teams. That's why we fade the Cowboys in this right here. But no. So I like them. Hurts did a ton to prove himself, and I don't think you're going to get that many more favorable lines down the road for the Eagles. But this is closer than people think. People are hammering the 49ers, who I think are complete frauds. I took their win total under. Took them not to make the playoffs this year. I don't see it happening with them. Love the Eagles today, but another 1 o'clock game, you brought it up, is the Patriots-Jets, AFC East, another in-division battle going on that we got to pay attention to. And I got the Patriots -6, boys. I actually love this play a lot. Bill Belichick coming off of a week one loss in his history, I'm pretty sure is undefeated. The dude is a madman. Mac Jones didn't look bad, and neither did that offense. They outgained Miami by a lot. I think they had 370 yards of offense, which couple turnovers here and there, a couple freak things went against them, which, same thing happened to the Bills last week. But Mac Jones looked pretty good. The rush game looked great. Belichick wants his revenge today. I think the Jets aren't going to be great. I love Zach Wilson. I like a lot of the moves they made, but their offensive line without Mackie Becton is very questionable right now. They're dealing with injuries along the defensive line. I just don't see them keeping pace with a pissed-off Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and I think, too, Meerkat, Bill Belichick, he dominates against rookie quarterbacks. Rookie quarterbacks, he gives them fits. And, Zach Wilson, he looked okay in the second half of the game against Carolina, but he was very bad in the first half, and it wasn't mainly his fault. He just had no time to throw. I think the Patriots are going to do the same. Bill Belichick's going to notice that, and they're just going to attack him in the first half. It could be maybe where I look to take the Patriots first half spread and then maybe pump the brakes on the full game, but I do like the Patriots to win.
Awesome. Now we're looking at the 4. Let's get into the 4 o'clocks real quick.
I got one more 1 o'clock, One more.
Right. Oh, and wait, real quick.
I got to talk about what? You go
Greg
first.
Bay 19 commented and said Raiders money line. Any thoughts on that one?
I'm fading him. I'm fading him just because I think after a primetime big win for the Raiders, it feels like a come-down week going into Pittsburgh. And that Pittsburgh front seven, it gave Allen fits in week one. I think Derek Carr's going to have a lot of trouble dealing with TJ Watt, Ingram, the whole deal with the Steelers. I like the Steelers to cover. I actually think they win big over the Raiders, but I usually fade the Raiders after a big primetime spot. But I also got to give out my week 2 lock. I'm taking the Rams -3.5. You could call it bias. I know I'm a Rams fan, but I saw enough in week 1. The defense with 5 new pieces that had to start after losing, key guys like Ebukam, Michael Brockers. I won't name the whole list, but they played phenomenal. And Matt Stafford gave the Rams a vertical passing attack, which I haven't seen all of last year. He was great. I think they can beat the Colts, who Carson Wentz once again showed me nothing. I know he's coming off an injury. He's coming off everything. But week 1, he didn't show me anything against the Seahawks. I think the Rams win big over the Colts.
So I'm on that Rams, and another 1 o'clock game. I'm kind of making this my lock of the week, too, if that's going to be your lock of the week. I'm going with the Bengals. I got them at +3.
Yeah, I like that too.
What are they down to right now? 2.5. I'm still taking that. I gave out their money line straight up today as dogs. I love the Bengals coming in today's game. They have a lot of opportunities to take advantage of Kansas City's weaknesses and not Kansas City.
Chicago.
I don't know what. Yeah, Chicago's weaknesses. Chicago's offensive line not looking great right now. Their offense under Andy Dalton not inspiring that defense. People are still riding the hype of a year, 2 years ago of that defense. They're not bad, but they are not the best defense in the league by any means anymore. And the Bengals showed a lot last week. Joe Burrow is a legitimate franchise quarterback. Jamar Chase, doesn't matter if he can see the ball. He can catch it at least in a game. The defense looked decent. Zach Taylor coached a good game. So Bengals as dogs today, love it.
And anytime you can bet against Matt Nagy and Andy Dalton, sign me up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So let's get into the 4 o'clocks. A lot of chatter that I heard at the Creek today. I think it's overreaction after week 1. Everyone pounding Arizona.
Yep.
You got Minnesota coming off a loss. Arizona at home out close spread at 3.5. And then also 425, Stevie. My Cowboys 3-point dogs on the road. And I am sketching out about that game and going 0-2. And then the Eagles winning today, going 2-0, and then I think it's Monday Night Football next week in Dallas. Eagles, Cowboys.
So a look-ahead spot right there. That's a look-ahead spot right there. And I think I'm fading what everyone is kind of hammering. Everyone loves the Cardinals against the Vikings. They love the Seahawks against the Titans, and they love the Cowboys against the Chargers. And I'm just kind of probably going the opposite way for all three.
Every one of them.
I think I'm fading every single one because the Titans couldn't have looked worse than they did in week 1 against the Cardinals, and the Cardinals couldn't have looked better than they did against the Titans. The Vikings have a very good offense, and their defense is healthy. It didn't do great against Cincinnati week 1, but it's going to be much improved from last year. I like the Vikings to give the Cardinals a good game, and I think the Titans are going to play the Seahawks better. Ryan Tannehill will not play as bad as he did in week 1. He looked like Miami Ryan Tannehill. He has Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, and A.J. Brown. That is 3 elite offensive weapons. They can't just put up 13 points like they did against Arizona. And the Seahawks defense isn't that great. And then Chargers, Cowboys. This is just a fade Mike McCarthy play for me. I love the Chargers. New head coach in Staley. I love the Chargers' new head coach with Staley. I love Justin Herbert, who looked great again week 1. Forget the sophomore slump nonsense. I don't care about it. I think the Chargers are going to win this game. I really do. I think the Cowboys, everyone's is a little too overhyped about the Cowboys because they played a good game against the Buccaneers. But like you said, Al, next week, big division game. It's a look-ahead spot, and you can't sleep on the Chargers this year. They have maybe a top 5 talented roster in the NFL, and we love Justin Herbert. I know Meerkat does too.
Yeah, I'm on every Chargers, over for win totals to make playoffs. Justin Herbert, MVP, all of it. I love the Chargers this year. I love them against the Cowboys. I think I texted Al this morning. I can just see the Cowboys in this game today being down like 4 in the fourth quarter, 5 minutes or so left. And they're going to kick a field goal on like 4th and goal. They're going to do something stupid. Mike McCarthy is going to beat himself because I think it is a close game. So that's why I'm teasing the Chargers with the Vikings because I love the Vikings this year. I think this is a team you're going to get a lot of value on this year. And kind of disproved that last week. I was heavy on them. They didn't cover, but it's a good Bengals team that came out to play. Vikings still getting things together. They heated up the end of the game there, made it close, brought it to overtime. And Kirk Cousins is not bad. As much as I hate him and think he's a Melvin, he's not bad. And that defense, once they get used to playing together again, guys just coming in, getting healthy, new additions and stuff, I think they're going to be a scary defense paired with that offense. You barely saw Justin Jefferson even do anything last week. Once he gets going again, game over. Delvin Cook, same thing. So I'm teasing Vikings, Chargers, although I like both of their spreads straight up today. And as far as 4 o'clocks, don't think I'm on anything else.
And Meerkat.
What are you on?
We have to talk about Meerkat.
What?
Uh-oh. A big one at 11:30 today. Tottenham at home. Chelsea getting a ridiculous number there at home. What do you think?
I mean, the number's ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. I'm on it. It's plus 370 for a team, that's 3-1 this season. They're coming off a week where your best defender gets a double yellow in a 5-minute span. You get 2 handballs. You get a red card. I mean, you're down a man. You let up 2 penalties in the game. You're going to lose 3-0 no matter who it is. Do I love the value? Yeah, I'm in love with the value. Do I trust it? No. I'm sprinkling their money line plus 370. And then I'm throwing a mini Meerkat hammer, personal hammer. I don't want to give it out to you guys because I'm a worse homer for the Spurs than I am the Nuggets, and that's saying something when it comes to betting. But the draw no bet, definitely intriguing because I can see this being, 1-1, 2-2 draw. Maybe the over. It's a weird matchup. We're gonna see how these guys go. I don't like the over, but just the way they're playing right now, I don't know. Tuchel's gonna have Chelsea probably holding. It's a shit show, guys. Don't bet soccer. It's the worst thing ever.
I'm on that under today. That's it. But I know we did the 1 o'clocks, we did the 4 o'clocks, and then we got the big matchup tonight, Sunday Night Football. You got the Kansas City Chiefs coming off a ridiculous Week 1 home win to the Cleveland Browns. They are going on the road into Baltimore, who suffered a heartbreaker. And we got the Ravens at home as 3.5-point underdogs. I personally lean the home dog in this one, Steve.
Yeah, it feels like it's too easy to pick the Chiefs because you have a Ravens banged up secondary, and it feels like everyone in the world is going to take the Chiefs. But this is one of those games where I haven't made a play on yet, and I'm kind of pumping the brakes just to see how the afternoon slate goes. Because if all like the dogs win or the chalk picks lose, everyone's going to try to make back their losses on the Chiefs tonight. Yep. And that's why I'm holding off for now, because last time the Chiefs went into Baltimore, the Chiefs, they really don't have anything to play for. They know they're the best team in the AFC. They know that, they're looking ahead already probably to the playoffs. The Ravens had a heartbreak in Week 1, like you said, Al. Yeah. They have to go all in on this game. This is not a must-win game for the Ravens, but this is a statement win if they can get it. So I'm holding off right now because I love the Chiefs. It seems like a huge mismatch to me with the injuries the Ravens have and the Chiefs just weapons. I mean, there's no one in the secondary the Ravens have that can cover Tyreek. There's really no one in the NFL who can cover Tyreek. But it's a game I'm holding off on because, like you said, Al, it feels like everyone wants to take the Chiefs, and the home dogs might be the move.
And, Steve, I love the angle there where you're right. That Ravens game tonight, that's kind of their mini Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
The Chiefs don't give a crap about tonight if they lose this game.
Exactly.
Their schedule this year is honestly, it's a cakewalk. Minus this Ravens game. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, this game, especially, too, what I've noticed betting college football and NFL this year, I know it really didn't work that way with the Bills in Week 1. But these home teams, these home crowds are nuts and are major factors, Meerkat. So I'm sticking with that. I'm sticking with the Ravens tonight.
I'm running with the chalk. I'm going Chiefs. I think I love the Chiefs tonight. Patrick Mahomes in his career against the Ravens, 3-0, averaging 31 points per game. The Raven Tyson Williams guy, with Gus Edwards out, I picked up in every fantasy league I could. Looked pretty decent last week, but that backfield's a mess now with Le'Veon Bell being promoted and stuff. They're going to be working out some kinks. Harbaugh, Roman's going to have to deal with that, but still, coaching is kind of just like a split in this game. Both great coaching staffs, coordinators, all of that. But you look at the Chiefs, their only real weakness they showed in Week 1 was, allowing against the pass. And what are the Ravens just not do well at all is pass the ball. Lamar Jackson, I just don't have faith in him to abuse that secondary enough of the Chiefs. The Chiefs front seven should be able to contain the rushing attack enough, but it basically just comes down to Patrick Mahomes is going to slaughter that secondary with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce.
And that's how I feel too, Meerkat. I'm just terrified that I think if people lose a lot of money on the afternoon slate, they're going to all try to make it back on the Chiefs. And every time that there's a game like that where it feels like it's an obvious side that the public's on, it just feels like it goes the other way. So I'm just holding off right now. But I love the Chiefs. Like I said, I love the matchup. It's just I'm going to hold off because it feels so weird to me.
Yep. Awesome. Do you guys have anything else today to round out? I know we did a lot. Any props? Any final locks for the people?
I'm giving out a little parlay fodder. I hate it. It's Stephon Diggs over 6.5 catches. Gave it out last week. Won on it last week. His over reception props now since he's been with the Bills, 15-2. It's just free money. No matter what odds they throw on it, I think it's at like minus 165 this week. Parlay fodder, throw 2 units on, throw 3 units on it. Who cares? Because it's cash. You look at him in his career, he had 13 targets last week, 9 catches. Last year against the Dolphins, he had a 13-target, 9-catch game. I think the other was like 9 targets, 7 receptions. Josh Allen's going to be looking to make a statement today. Dolphins secondary, not bad by any means, but it doesn't matter. That's why you have a receiver like Stephon Diggs, because you don't care who's paired up against. As long as Josh Allen's getting him the ball, he's going to be catching it, and he's going to get double-digit targets today. So I love that as parlay fodder.
I like that too. I'm playing Diggs and a ton of DFS, but I'm going to give out the Stevie Homer bias parlay. It's if you don't want to lay the field goals, it's Bills Rams money line plus 130. I love it. I'm hammering that. That's it. You get plus odds of 2 teams I think are significantly better than their opponents. I like that. And then the only other thing, I didn't talk about it too much, but Titans Seahawks, I like the over 53.5. I think the Titans offense is going to regress towards the mean, and they're going to be a lot better than the Arizona. And Seattle, another mobile quarterback with Russell Wilson, who's going to give the Titans a lot of fits, and he could throw the ball downfield. Titans don't have a great secondary. Metcalf and Lockett are mismatches for that secondary. I love the over 53.5 there.
Awesome. I think the one under that I'm on today, though, Rams Colts under 48.
I don't hate that. I really don't, because the Rams have shown that, especially with McVay, when they get up in a game, they really don't have to take many shots anymore. It's a lot of short passes, little screens, handoffs, and Carson Wentz didn't show me anything in week one, even behind a good Colts offensive line. I know it was week one. I know he's coming off injuries, but the Rams defense looked just as good as it was last year.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining us today for the Week 2 NFL preview and locks with Steve and Meerkat. And you know what it is, Outlet Liquor, when you need to stock up, it's the place to buy a case. What's your outlet? Good night.
Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at